In 1865, Elizabeth New and Samuel Lingwood decided that they wanted to open up a true gentleman's outfitter. In 1922, New and Lingwood, as it then became, moved to Jermyn Street. During the Second World War, it was destroyed during the Blitz. Straight after the war, New and Lingwood reopened here at the corner of Piccadilly Arcade and on Jermyn Street. This is New and Lingwood. In my mind, New and Lingwood are the archetype or the prototype even of the classic men's outfitter. So the idea behind that particular concept is that men can go to their tailors to get a morning suit, or they can get a tuxedo made, or anything formal. But if they wanted everything else, they would have to go to lots of different places. What New and Lingwood did when they opened in 1865 was try and create a space where everything could be gotten. So today, even up until today, yes, New and Lingwood's history is rooted very much in the outfitting of morning dress for the students at Eton, that's for sure. But if you were looking to go to Ascot, if you're looking to go to Glyndebourne in black tie, if you're looking for any kind of occasion, whether it's the summer or the winter, here is the place that from head to toe will outfit you. So from socks to your bow ties, to your jackets, your blazers, your velvet smoking jackets, your scarves, your ties, your braces, everything is here. So one thing I don't want people leaving with the idea of is that New and Lingwood is stuffy and old-fashioned and rooted in centuries-old ways of dressing. Because the CEO, Freddie Bryant, and the creative director, Tom Leaper, they're young, they are sophisticated, they're cultured, they are imaginative and forward-thinking. So they have done a really great job of not only honouring the past of New and Lingwood in its style, but also understanding what it is that men are after, whether it's through fabric, silhouette and colourways, and making sure that all of that is represented. So for example, with these terry cloth polos, or indeed with your classic navy blazer, you are looking at sort of the full gamut of something we might want. New and Lingwood's great asset is its bravery when it comes to colour and patterning. So we'll go and see the dressing gowns in a bit, but ultimately with the scarves, the socks, the ties, it's all done with a sense of fun with dressing. The idea that when a man dresses up, the men who dress the best, they do it because they love getting dressed up. And this offers that kind of extra sort of elevated level of dressing in a way that kind of projects a level of personality as well as character and the enjoyment of British tailoring, sartorialism and codes of men's elegance. So this is an absolutely perfect example of what I'm talking about. This is a silk linen and cotton mix blazer with a classic notch lapel, with two buttons down here, patch pockets. But this is the same. It's the same garment because when you roll the lapel up, it becomes this particularly beautiful Nehru jacket. An example of New and Lingwood's great dexterity and open-mindedness when it comes to the creation of clothing. Now, it's not just about colourways and silhouettes, but also small details. So, for example, here you have your classic rope shoulder where the sleeve is placed onto the side of the jacket, whereas back with the patrol jacket, you have what's referred to as spalla camicia, where the sleeve is tucked into the armhole. So basically it slopes further down, so it's softer and moves more naturally with the contours of your body, whereas this gives a bit of extra structure. This is much more comfortable with things like summer because it's usually unlined and just sits on your body, whereas this is something you would want to wear when you want to sort of be slightly more invigorated and square like I like to look most of the time. But certainly there's levels of detail that seem small but provide different types of comfort and also silhouette. Now we are actually here on the other side of the arcade in the dressing gown chamber of New and Lingwood. New and Lingwood are known for their dressing gowns, ornate, smart, beautiful fabrics. So from here you can kind of see the array of extraordinary colours, construction, whether it's the silk or the cashmere. Behind on the windows is the terry cloth ones, which are, from what I hear, are extremely popular. But if you get a New and Lingwood gown, the idea is that this is the sort of zenith of all dressing gowns to get. I myself admit to having one of the teal peacock ones, and it's a marvellous thing to go around the house in. It's meant to be something grand. I mean, I think that dressing gowns are a niche item, but certainly you may remember from a certain shaving video that I might have done, this particular item. You see the beautiful detailing, the patch pockets, the turn-back cuffs, the wonderful shawl lapels. All of this here is this idea of great comfort in one's own home that New and Lingwood are looking to provide. So I picked this particular item up because it's actually fascinating. It shows how New and Lingwood are an old brand with new ideas. This is part of what's called Renew, and the idea is it takes selvage and surplus material and creates one-off items using that, so minimising waste as much as possible and joining in that kind of circularity aspect of fashion that's really important these days. So this particular one is a one-off. And so if you buy this, you have a New and Lingwood dressing gown that is completely unique. So one often overlooked aspect of New and Lingwood's offering is shoes. For me, a look begins and ends with shoes, and New and Lingwood seem to agree with me because in 1972 they brought on the famous naval and military bootmaker Paulson Scone to create a bespoke shoe offering. In fact, it was that move that actually made me fall in love with shoes in the end, because my father was a huge customer of New and Lingwood bespoke shoes and his wardrobe was full of them, and it was going into that wardrobe that kind of made me fall in love with the craft of bespoke shoemaking. And whilst Paulson Scone and the derivatives of it have moved on from New and Lingwood, New and Lingwood still offer a full set of Northampton-made ready-to-wear shoes, from butterfly loafers to black tie pumps to the Eton slippers to the amazing array of colourful slippers that go with the dressing gowns across the road. The point is that New and Lingwood want to make sure that from head to toe men have the options available for dressing well. So whilst New and Lingwood's modern bona fides are indisputable, they do sit under the watchful gaze of dear old Beau Brummel. And the reason that Beau Brummel is here is ultimately where we stand now is the very heart of where modern classical menswear was born. And New and Lingwood sits sentinel as a curator and also guardian of those traditions. On Jermyn Street, this is New and Lingwood. Ran to the fucking door frame. Mr. Samuel Lingwood decided that they wanted up